It's time for some NFL this or that. And since the schedule is coming out tonight, assuming you can't bet on it, which I know would
Mike would want to bet.
Yeah.
I'm not in
Assuming
on
you cannot bet on it, would you have rather known the first 5 picks in the last NFL draft ahead of time, or the Cowboys' entire schedule ahead of time?
First 5 picks. If I could bet on it.
Wow! No, but you can't bet on it, I said.
Oh.
It does ruin the excitement, especially of this year's draft.
It was a wild
kind
draft.
of crazy after the first pick went.
Yeah.
But obviously, I think there's more known. Like, if I was the Mavericks right now and you could tell me, hey, you already know who the Mavericks are getting in the draft.
Yeah.
I'd much rather want to know that than who the Mavericks are playing in November.
Yeah.
You know, so I'd be like, no, this gives me an idea on where they're going to go with their trades or free agency or whatever. So I think I'd rather know the players because you have a better idea on discussing how are we going to use this player? Does this mean this veteran player is gone? Can we trade this guy for that guy type of deal?
Yeah, I think Mike's dead on there because, Kevin, then I can bet on other things that surround like the environment of where that's going with those rookies. So yes, now that I know what I can and can't bet on.
I probably should have known that was the direction. All right.
So is that this or that? I can't remember. Which one was that?
This is the first one.
All right.
And you picked this.
Gotcha.
As opposed to that.
Gotcha.
This or that, Justin Herbert or Trevor Lawrence?
Oh.
T-Law.
I'll go with T-Law. He has a pretty easy division. If you look at, he's going to be facing pretty much all rookies for the most part. And you look at Herbert, and he has Patrick Mahomes. So good luck with your career.
I will also. Well, that being said, he might still have Lawrence is going to have Patrick Mahomes to deal with too. So, but
in the playoffs,
yes.
Playoff.
Trevor Lawrence has won at the collegiate level. He won at the high school level.
Yep.
He's still learning right now, but he has a head coach. He had a head coach in Dabo that knew how to do it.
And hair.
He has glorious hair.
You've hated the hair multiple times, though. You're like, hey, Jack Nuts, cut your hair and win a football game. Are you in on it now?
That's when he was losing.
Okay.
Yeah. Now
it's just like in the movie Bull Durham. Now you can have character. After you win, you can have character.
All right.
You can have mold on your shower shoes or whatever. Fungus on your shower shoes.
Okay.
Doug Peterson has won at the highest level, and that's his coach now. So he's a guy that knows how to do it, knows what it takes, and also has people around him that know what it takes to get there. So I think that Justin Herbert kind of came out of nowhere out of high school, but in college, everybody was like, hold on, what? Who is this kid again? And he was very raw, they were saying still, and you're still kind of seeing him grow into it. Now he has Kellen Moore as his offensive coordinator. Is that I don't know. I still have question marks about Kellen Moore before I decide that's a factor. So I'll take everything surrounding T-Law.
All right. Look at y'all. All right. This one's a little odd.
You didn't want to answer?
Yeah. I'll take Trevor Lawrence. I feel like I've been pretty consistent.
3 for 3.
What a bandwagon jumper Kevin is.
To Justin Herbert.
Did you read that on Rotten Tomatoes or something, Kevin? Now you're like, oh yeah, I'm in on that guy.
I was thinking about it, and then I was like, well, never mind. All right. So assuming the Eagles, 49ers, and Cowboys are the top 3 teams in the NFC. All right. We're going off of that assumption.
With that.
Who is your number 4? Is it in one category you get the Lions, in the other category you get the Saints, Seahawks, and Vikings?
I actually probably would still put the Vikings over the Lions.
Whoa.
But then I would put the Lions next.
The Lions are the 4th betting odd favorite.
That makes sense.
Now, I tell you what, if you're the Vikings, that is a huge schedule release because crap your pants, Kirk Cousins. You need all the noon games possible to have a good season.
Yep.
I think the Viking. I mean, you still have what I think is the ace of spades in Justin Jefferson there, and Kirk Cousins knows that dude can go track the ball and pick it up anytime he wants him to.
Yeah.
Unless I guess it's against Trevon Diggs, and then there's a problem.
Right.
But they're still good. They're still a really quality team. the Lions have to prove they're a quality team, and the Packers have to prove that last year wasn't a fluke of them losing the way they did with Rodgers. That last year was, hey, we're kind of still rebuilding. So that division is up for grabs if somebody really wants to get it. I think the Vikings are better set for it, but all the hype is running right behind the Lions right now.
But yet you're still picking against them.
Yeah, I'll take the trio. I'll take the field against the Lions.
You taking Lions, or are you taking the trio of Saints, Seahawks, and Vikings?
I guess I'll take the trio just because the odds would say one out of the three could be better.
Would you rather, this or that? It's the same concept. Go to a Super Bowl your favorite team isn't in, or a wild card game your favorite team is in?
Wild card game.
You don't want to go to the Super Bowl?
I want to go. Oh man. Yeah, I guess.
I wonder if the Super Bowl in a weird way is boring if you're not rooting for a team.
The halftime show's got to be entertaining.
Long commercials. You do have the halftime show that you're there for, but I don't know, kind of. Let's just say there's two teams you're just not interested in.
Yeah.
Who are two teams that you would not be interested playing in the Super Bowl right now?
The Niners, because I hate the Niners.
Right.
No, but then you would be interested.
No.
Let's say the Cardinals.
They could win
without Kyler Murray.
Or the Vikings. If the Vikings
The
are in
Houston
Super Bowl,
Texans versus
the Vikings.
The
Vikings.
Tennessee Titans. Oh, yeah.
Well, that would be weird. The Titans versus the Vikings. You'd be like, oh, what in the world? Like, just get this is too much crap to deal with the security.
How the hell did they even get
and
here?
how much money this is?
Yeah.
Like,
I think the rooting interest of being at a game for a team that you want to win, like that's fun. That's a blast. So I would want to be at the Cowboys wild card game, Kevin.
Okay. Now, this or that, the schedule again comes out tonight. Cowboys have a 3-game road trip. Do you want it in September or December, January?
usually September you get good weather on the road. So if you, let's say you went to Washington, New York, Philadelphia in December, January, you can deal with bad weather.
Any concern about starting the season off crappily?
Dak seems to be a fast starter. Am I wrong about that? I feel like the Cowboys recently, besides the broken ankle or cramp, whichever one you want to call it, that was a slow starting season. But I feel like Dak Prescott-led teams get out of the gate pretty darn good.
Yeah, I agree with Mike on that. I'll go with early in the season because I see where you're going. Like if it starts off and you're 1-3, 1-4, that people are like, oh my gosh. Now there's always an opportunity to pick it up, but that's an uphill climb. But I do agree. I think Dak. There are times when there are seasons when Dak is great on the road, and seasons where you're like, hold on, what happened? And I would take flip the coin and say he'd be better on the road.
This isn't a this or that. I just saw this though. Did you see? You know how the Jags are playing 2 games in London this year, back to back. Did you see that
they're coming home and then going back?
That the mayor is working on a contingency plan for the Jags because they have filed for emergency renovations for their stadium, which could boot them out in 2025 and 26. Which, real quick, is it
2 years for reno?
Yeah, is it an emergency if it's in 2 years?
It took the Rangers 2 years to build a whole new stadium.
Yeah, I think it kind of is, Kevin, because like there's a lot of stuff that's scheduled out, you know?
Yeah.
So, but I understand it does feel like emergency is a little quicker than this.
Yeah.
I get it, but there might be something that's scheduled out have 6 events that are scheduled out there. I don't know.
Now, I think this is my last NFL this or that, and I thought a lot about this. Would you rather be a top flight NFL running back or kicker? Now, hear me out.
His career lasts longer.
And you have to live the rest of your life with the physicality and the toll it might have taken on your body.
Are you saying I'm not going to yip it and I'm going to like have like a normal kicker
Yeah,
career?
you're going to be one of the best, but you could be one of the best running backs too.
Name a kicker that people love.
Kyle Tucker.
Justin Tucker?
Justin Tucker. Kyle Tucker's outfielder for the Astros.
Justin Tucker is just about it. And Kevin, he might miss a kick here that's cost them, and then people are going to be like, bum.
I'm going to try to convince you. There are 5 kickers in the NFL that are going to make $5 million or more this year.
It's a lot of money. But also, Kevin, every time you get
You have loose
seen,
hamstrings. I mean, think about your flexibility in your life as a kicker.
you might not have back problems ever because you're so flexible. I just
Adam
can't,
Vanderjagt.
because most people are going to remember you for the
Mike.
ones you missed, rather than, man, that dude was a tough son of a gun.
You
that
don't
would
think people remember Adam Vinatieri for
Yeah.
the kicks
What
he
about
made?
Danny Bailey?
never heard of him.
He's a kicker for the Cowboys. Danathan?
Danathan.
What's his full name? Daniel Bailey?
I just want to make sure you're not confusing things. I don't think it was Danathan. I'm not 100% on that, though. So I'm not.
No, I think most kickers.
We remember Dan Bailey as a good kicker.
Yes. But not
I will always-
Danathan.
I will-
But do you remember him as that, or do you remember as eventually?
Mike has named, I think he's named 3 kickers, and he's gotten all their names wrong. That's why you don't want to be a kicker. Nobody knows you, and if they do, they know you because you were bad.
Raphael Stefan.
Isn't it Septien?
Yep, it is.
So that's my that.
So you're
Kevin.
Mike
going-
I'd rather be
Saxon.
the running back.
So you're going running back.
Yes,
Your body's going to be.
I'm fine with that,
All right.
dude.
Wow.
Eddie Murray.
Okay, so are you picking kicker then? Is that
I'm
what's happening?
picking kicker.
That's a baseball player, right?
He was
Eddie
a kicker
Murray?
too.
Yeah.
3,000 hits.
Yep. See, and you can maybe get away with it. Like, no, I was the hitter.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that he couldn't.
so dumb. Robbie Gould, Morton Anderson.
Heck yeah!
Dicker, the kicker of the
Morton
Grammatica
Anderson's
brothers.
a lefty.
I don't know if the Grammatica brothers are the best example because they got hurt multiple times for like celebrating.
Did
things.
Morton Anderson miss the kick for the for
The
Minnesota?
Vikings in
Is that
98.
right? Am I
That was a
wrong
tough
about that?
one.
Maybe
I don't remember.
Maybe he was on the other side.
From the 214, $5 million and not getting hit, no brainer.
Yeah.
From the 903, give me the kicker all day.
It was Gary Anderson.
That missed the kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was described
Oh,
as
Gary Anderson.
inconsolable. I don't want to be inconsolable. You think a running back's ever inconsolable because they fumbled the ball?
Corey,
No.
have you
Yes.
been inconsolable in your life?
I don't know.
I
probably.
have. Everybody's been inconsolable at some point in their life.
What do you do when
So
you're
what? It was
inconsolable?
based off of a kick. How do you think it feels to get called in the office 73 times in your career and go, you suck, go back down to the minors? And you're like, thanks, coach.
Holy crap. We're the KNC
You better
masterpiece.
find a way to console yourself.
right
That's what
here.
they tell you.
Yeah, I mean,
I
Scott
don't want any
Norwood.
inconsolables.
Isn't Scott Norwood, like, everybody's like, God, that guy. Because he missed that kick?
And so no
Yeah,
running
he's on the
back.
30 for
no
30.
running back has ever been under any kind
None
of
of the
scrutiny.
greats. The greats, it's just, he could always be like, offensive line didn't block for me. My quarterback
Tiki Barber,
sucked.
what about him? He's like, Eli sucks. We're never going to win. Then he retires and he wins 2 Super Bowls.
Coming up, I don't know.